This chapter had me going crazy. Hi, I'm Lalita. This chapter had me screaming. It was Tears on a Withered Flower, chapter 59. I didn't expect this to happen. The chapter starts off with growing tension, and we're going back to 58, where the confrontation between Ari and Kang Mincheol continues. So we see that he's pushing her inside, ignoring all of her protests. Ari is upset, and she keeps telling him, just because you're comfortable around me doesn't mean you can say whatever you want to me. And he is not even paying her any mind. He's not saying anything. He's just doing. And he's shoving her in the door, and then he ends up kissing her. Ew. Like, no conversations at all, Mintrash, about what you just did to Ari, about where you were, why you just abruptly left work.
Excuse me.
And he's just going to go deal with his feelings by having Smex with Ari right now. And he's doing it because he is scared of losing Haesoo. He doesn't have control right now at all. Does not have control of Haesoo. And so he goes looking for it, and he gets it from Ari, and he's trying to gain some sort of control from something. Ari is literally telling him to stop, slow down. She wants to talk about this, and I give her that. And this man's not paying her any mind. He's like, no, I need to numb my feelings. I need to think. I just need an escape, and you're gonna be that. And what's the craziest part about this? And all the while they're having Smex, he's thinking about another woman and how he has no control of her, and that he is so jealous and full of paranoia that he's also thinking of a man.
What did he say?
That had me dying. Like, what? How do you think about another man while having Smex with a woman? How does that work? Like, and I feel so sad for Ari. I know a lot of you guys are like gonna be like, oh, Ari decided this is her own fault. She split her legs wide open. Like, I get it. I literally was texting the same thing. But then I reread the chapter. Mintrash was taking control of the whole situation. Like, she was being used like a rag doll. What the heck? Mintrash, you stooped to a whole new low, my man. He was using her from the beginning for emotional whatever, and now he's still using her for emotional whatever. And we see that he's been trying to replace from chapter 55 and 56. But truthfully, this just solidifies it for me. I think Ari is going to be a little emotionally fractured by this whole event. Not just what just happened in their bedroom, but also what he did before this even happened. Him leaving, walking out, like her creating a whole meal for him to just disregard everything that she did and just walk out and not say or do anything. And the crazy part is, while they're in it, he's just thinking about how he is so afraid of Haesoo's emotionally moving on from him. Already moved on from him physically. She's done. As he continues to think about it more and more and more, the thoughts become more vivid, more realistic, and his actions doing with Ari gets more rough and more aggressive. That just shows the instability in his mind right now. This man is spiraling mentally. He is losing his mind. I love the colors and how they just drastically get more and more vibrant. The only thing he had control of was Haesoo. Just think about it. He didn't have control of his finances. He didn't have control of his life. He doesn't have control over her. He's losing his mind. You see those squiggly lines, and I'm like, yes, he's losing his mind. I love this. The downfall of Mintrash is here. Like, from the beginning, we see that he did love Haesoo at one point, but right now he doesn't see Haesoo as a person. The way he refers to her does not consider her feelings at all. All right, so we are back with Haesoo, and she comes running to her home, and she immediately comes in. She sees shoes, and she jumps in, and she yells for Taha. She yells Taha's name and then his full name. And we all knew, she knew something was off the way that Taha hadn't come to pick her up. He is so used to him doing that. The fact that he didn't do it this one time, she knew something was up. Usually, he would have communicated that because their communication has gotten better and better. And then our handsome Taha slumped on the floor, beat up, like bruised lip. He got a bruised face because of Mintrash.
I hate you. I hate you. I always have.
Like, how dare Mincheol do this to him? Taeha's face looks like shows me how much of a possessive man Mincheol is. Like, our girl went running to him in chapter 58. I was like, ugh, run girl, run to him. So when she sees him, he doesn't say anything to her. He wants her to come up with her own assumptions about what happened. Because she immediately asks him, what's wrong with your face? Why do you look like that? What's going on? She asks him, was it the loan sharks? Were they coming after me? Did they ask you to give me up? Was it them? And then she instantly remembers what Mincheol said to her when he last came. He said he'll see her again. And she was like, was this Mincheol? Was this Kang Mincheol? And she asks him, did he hit you? Did you hit him back? And he says yes to that question. He is so afraid of losing Haesoo to Kang Mincheol because he sees the possessiveness, the love and longing that Kang Mincheol has in his eyes. It's a messed up, twisted love that Kang Mincheol has for Haesoo, but he loves her in some capacity, right? And he sees that. And he's afraid that Haesoo is going to run back to Mincheol. And I get it because they have such a long relationship. They've been together for so long. They have history. They have so much they've been through together. And he sees her emotion when he sees her come to the door and he's like, why do you look like that? Like, is it for me or for Kang Mincheol because I hit him? He is especially doubting it now because he sees how conflicted and he sees how much of a turmoil right now she's in because of this whole situation. And he's like, what is it? Explain it to me. Express something to me to let me know that you're mine and I'm yours. He sees the fear and the grief in her eyes, but he doesn't know if it's for him or for her ex. For her coming to the conclusion that Mincheol was the one that did all this, right? He instantly rushes to hold him. And
Oh my god!
And Taeha is so surprised. And I'm like, yes. And she apologizes. She feels guilty for putting him through this. And then she's like, why did you do that? You don't know the type of guy he is. Like, do you not realize he gets into fights all the time? He's not a good guy. That's how I see it. That's what she's basically telling him. And he is just overwhelmed with so much emotion because of this. Seems like when she hugs him, she's trying to soothe him and calm him down because she's like, I know you're hurt and I feel so bad because this is partially my fault that he came and attacked you, because she doesn't want him to be hurt because of her. He is overwhelmed by her affection and he is extremely happy that this is what he needed. This is a confirmation that he needed. This is her basically confessing her feelings for him.
Oh my.
What's the sad part about it is that he sees his pain as a currency for her love. It's like, I did this for you just to get this confession, this reaction. And I'm like, that is so messed up, Taeha. He's clinging to moments like this of affection and even crazy, brutal moments like before. And it's like a twisted love. They remind him that she's choosing him. Like, I just find it so cute that he's trembling because of how happy he is that she's so concerned and that she's basically confessing her feelings for him. And I'm like, that is so cute. I see it as a love confession. I definitely do. Because he's so happy, he doesn't let her treat her. He doesn't. He's like, he ignores her. She's like, let me treat you and stuff like that. And then she also says, I'm not going to let this happen again. And then so she gets up and tries to go find medicine for him. And then he's like, nah, wait. He pins her down and he's like, I'm going to show you how happy I am and how much I care about you through my actions. And I'm like, oh my god. During this, she calls him worse than a dog because he's not obeying. And I find that interesting that she continues to call him that. And I find it funny how if you look at the other chapters, he's also referring to himself as a dog as well. And she's only saying that out of frustration because he won't let her put medicine on him. Internal narration, he's literally like, it's a relief to be a dog. And I'm like, what? Probably sees himself as a dog because dogs are loyal. Dogs are disciplined and wag their tail for their owner even if they never come back. I feel like it signifies that he doesn't have to be strong. He doesn't have to be like respected or dignified. He just wants to be loved. And I'm like, that's so sad. Like, you're more than a dog, Taeha. You know that, right? And then I love this part of the last section of the chapter is when he asks her to lick his wound.
You made me blush.
I felt like he was asking for validation and affection from her. Like, he wants her to show it as well. And he's just feeling so happy about what just took place. He's willing to be humiliated for it, you know? Like, oh my gosh, this guy. What are your thoughts on this? How do you feel about Taeha and Haesoo's interaction after Kang Mincheol comes? What do you think about Taeha lying to Haesoo? Because he did technically lie to her. He didn't fully tell her the truth. What do you think about Kang Mincheol and Ari? Do you feel like it's Ari's fault? Do you have sympathy for Ari? Do you have sympathy for Taeha? Let me know what you guys think in the comments. And if you're reading this too, drop your favorite moment in the comments and follow more for chapter 60.